Hello? Can you see me? I'm up here. Yep, there we are. We've all seen these ghost shows before, when they explore age-old buildings, and that is exactly what we're here to do today.
We're in a university building that stood for centuries. Well, decades. Just under a decade, in fact. Parkside building's quite new. 2013 to be exact. The Parkside building could fit the same volume as Albert Hall and 32 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The design inspiration came from a German school that ran between 1919 and 1933, until it was closed down due to the Nazi regime.
You might sit there and naively ask yourself, but surely you wouldn't catch anything strange or spooky in a fairly new high-tech university building? And you'd be correct to ask that. I'd probably ask the same.
These shows are unscripted. They're filmed spontaneously. We don't prepare. So who knows what we'll find?
Now it's time to address the elephant in the room. For those of you who don't know, there has been a pandemic. This meant that staff and students had to evacuate.
Leaving behind 5 state-of-the-art TV studios.
7 radio studios and post-production suites.
And 22 kilometres of wire connecting them all together. The building has been completely abandoned with not a single soul inside, apart from us.
Now we're going to explore. We're not your average ghost hunters. In fact, we're not ghost hunters at all. I personally hope we don't find anything, because I'm scared of ghosts.
And now we need our very own G6 summit for our ghostly works. A GG6 summit.
So we are in the university. We've pitched up in this classroom that we've made as somewhat of a base. What are your expectations going into this?
Ghosts would be my goal. Nothing would be my expectation.
Okay, so we know who the skeptic is. I personally think, I would like to think we're going to find stuff, but I don't think we will. I'm a believer in all of it, the ghosts, everything like
Vampires.
that. Even vampires, to be honest.
Especially vampires.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to find anything, personally.
I think we'll find something. It just depends on what that something is and when we'll find it. It's going to be a long night.
So
Are you
we're
going to
really-
be the jumpy one?
I will most likely, if it's anyone here, I could potentially be the jumpy one. I don't know what you guys are like with ghosts.
I don't know. I try not to think about these things too much, so I really have found myself in a great
You've
career.
chosen the right
path.
company.
Yes. I don't know. What are your beliefs, Tyler?
I am that guy. I am the guy that everyone rolls their eyes at in the sense where it's like, and I'm not even in like a, I don't mean it in a way of like, it's not the big man talk, it's not like, oh, I don't believe in this. It's, if something happened, you best believe I will trample over you all to get out. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't expect it, I don't really buy it.
You'd definitely punch a ghost, wouldn't you?
Oh,
If you saw a ghost,
yeah,
you'd
I
punch
try
it.
and punch it. Yeah. Now I think amongst teens, you often have the skeptic, the scared, the one who's a little bit too much into it, and the one who probably goes missing. I think that I have a feeling that I feel like you're a little bit too much into it.
I won't say too much. I believe in it, but I believe in it all, but I think it's down to circumstance. And I'm not expecting us to go in there and just find the world's first very clear case of proven ghosts. Like, I'm not expecting that. It's a uni building, and it's not that old either.
Yes,
So
but dreams have died here, so
This is true.
It's not even 10 years old.
I think that I want to know what was here before, and it's some information that we've struggled to get hold of, because this was a very interesting area. It was a very industrial area before. Who's to say that people didn't die here before? In fact, given the nature of some of the industry around here, it would seem quite likely.
Yeah, I mean, could have been anything. Could have been a post office. That would have been scary.
I think that it's more, what gets me is the fear of the unknown more so than the fear of ghosts.
You're
I
just
think
scared of
it's
everything.
this. No, I think that it is the fear of the unknown.
Yes, I think we found the scared one.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I think that this is real, or that some element of it is real.
Like, do you sit there and go, oh, I've got experiences that have led me to feeling this way? That was the face of an experience. That just flashed through her head. We could freeze frame it there, and you could show like footage from like the World Wars going.
I have had some kind of experience. I spent a lot of time in Cornwall, and I was taken to Bodmin Jail a couple of years ago by my father.
I'm so sorry.
See, Bodmin Jail is one of the most haunted places in Britain.
Right.
But I didn't know this, and we go down to the bottom layer, the dungeon where the worst prisoners were kept. And my dad walked off, and I was just stood in this cell, and the strangest emotion like washed over me. Real sort of like if your mental health problems manifested and suddenly sort of exploded over you, like instantaneously, like everything that has ever happened to you just sort of hits you at once. Just sort of icy cold chills and fear and feeling a bit sick and just like, whoa, like feeling really uneasy. I don't think I've ever felt so uneasy in my life.
Clearly never been to Bodmin Post Office.
Well, there is the theory that whatever is out there seems to be more susceptible to kids, to young kids, and then as they grow old, sort of don't realise they've gone through these experiences.
There's they say that a lot of people have these like abilities, and when you hit a certain age, puberty actually, you either lose that kind of sense, or for some people it sticks around and it stays stronger, and that's why you get people.
Oppositional thought. Funny, isn't it, how they're like, oh yeah, kids go through that, and then around the point that they can't remember life, and then after that they're fine. From when you can remember stuff, you don't ever experience it.
I think that what we're going to do is explore some of the studios in university, some of the rooms in the university, some of the parts that could be a bit creepier, some of the parts that, you could argue, if anything, were going to be haunted. Yeah.
Lots of very dark spaces that have been uninhabited for about a year.
Yeah.
A bit more than a year.
Yeah, because there is actual, I was going to call it jeopardy, it's not really jeopardy, there is actual mystery in the sense that, the building has been pretty dead. So we'll find out.
Now we transcend to the form of a voiceover.
The voice of God.
Gods, plural.
This is going to get confusing.
Can I do mine in an American accent?
No, Tyler. We are going to be guiding you through our ghost hunting adventures.
A key element of ghost hunting is the notorious Ouija board, and it has a pretty interesting history.
Terrifying, some might say. I definitely would.
It began with an idea, patented by businessman Elijah Bond in 1890, and was then adopted by Hasbro.
The game was quite the staple of American culture as a harmless family board game until 1973.
Where the board was featured in a rather iconic horror film, The Exorcist, and it may come as no surprise to you that the once harmless family board game became the tool of the devil.
Some members of the team were too much of a to agree to use a Ouija board.
So we had to think on our feet and come up with some alternatives. Cue montage.
We are going to be using this fine selection of popular board games as a method of communication.
All of which are available at your nearest store.
Due to the millennial nature of the team, we decided a change of tactic was needed.
Our first location tonight is one of the biggest lecture halls in Birmingham City University.
I hear that that chair was the last chair used by a student.
This is.
That was you, right, Ash?
No.
Okay, that time it was.
I think the scariest part about this is how empty it is.
You kind of feel like there's going to be something down these gaps.
I know. This has been. No one has been in here for what, 14 months?
I think we're the first
15 months?
No one we know. Very strange. You really do just feel like, do you know what I mean when you say clickers from The Last of Us and all this stuff? It feels like something's gonna pop out or crawl across the floor like the ring.
I'm telling you, man. It's nice. Look at that.
What's up, ghosts? It's you, boy.
Do you guys want to walk down there?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I know I probably have to. Well, something's happening, so we'll show.
You know what surprises me? I expected there to be more dust everywhere.
Yeah.
And there isn't.
Very clean.
Ghosts. Imagine if something did like met the feeling in something grabbed that.
Yeah, but we can see that side. We went on that side where we can't see.
It's a secret room.
Are there any spirits here that would like to have a bit of a chat with us?
Right, a hotel.
So I'm gonna roll.
Yep.
I'm gonna move. And watch this. And it's not spooky. I'm gonna get a 5 and a 4. See?
There was definitely a 4.
I meant a 4. Sorry. I'll be the dog. Just like a game of Monopoly with the family, it didn't really work out.
We arrived at our second location, a TV studio at the very back of the Parkside building.
At this point, we'd been exploring the building for a few hours.
Our hopes at finding anything were getting pretty low.
Unsuccessful again, we headed to our next location.
We thought that we wouldn't find anything.
Things started to get weirder.
So the basic premise of this torch experiment, to my understanding, is the concept that you unscrew the torch just enough so that it isn't fully connected, and then you contact whatever spirits, and you basically instruct them to use their energies to channel through the torch, turn it on or off depending on their opinions and the things they want to say.
No, that's the big problem.
We're
with
gonna go,
phone
let's go.
cameras.
Right.
You're up, Ash.
If there's someone here with us, could you please turn off the torch?
Or something.
Make your presence known.
It is flickering ever so slightly. I don't know if anyone else can see that.
Oh, it is.
If there is anyone with us, could you please turn off the torch? Or do something to the torch?
It's true.
So how's this meant to work, Kieran?
So my understanding is if you unscrew the torch enough to make it weak, then when you ask the spirit to turn it on or off, it's easier for them to use energy to do so.
Right.
I don't know how true it is, but
Well, I'll take not very for 50.
It is flickering ever so slightly now.
Ask it again.
If there is someone here with us, could you please turn off the torch?
Well, just do something to the torch. Make it flicker. Throw it.
Let us know you're here.
Don't throw it. It's quite an expensive torch.
SOS.
SOS, yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna.
Jesus, what the
Shut up, what was that? Nah.
Hello? I noticed the torch is now off.
It is.
Yeah, nah, please.
No, that's
Hold on. If it was you that made that noise, please turn the torch on.
Is someone still recording? I want to watch this footage back. I want to see if we could hear it.
Let me just
So is that bit?
Why the doing that?
Of course it now.
Hang on.
Yeah, somebody help, please. I'm scared. Why is he doing that all of a sudden?
This is wonderful footage.
Just that's the Tascam road, the road. But just listen a bit.
No, what the what the was that? No.
No, honestly.
What was that?
I want to get out.
We decided to enhance the audio from one of the cameras.
And this is what we found.
At this point, we were all incredibly uneasy and on edge.
We never expected to find anything.
We began to explore our final location.
We truly believed that nothing else would happen to us. Yeah, it's something creepy. Oh, wow.
I feel like we might actually.
It was all fun and games at first.
It's definitely eerie, isn't it?
I think we need to examine the objects in here as well.
Like we're playing like The Last of Us. Kind of feels like it.
Guys,
I wonder if there's a piano in here. Wow. Maybe see what's on the other side of the door, Kira.
If there's anybody here with us, please move a block of Jenga. Please interact with this game. If there's anybody here, please move a block of Jenga.
What was that? I don't know if laughing is meant to be a reaction.
Oh my god!
That was clean.
Oh my god, guys!
The ghost like Swedish tabletop games.
yes, they won. Right, I've
Where did that go? It sort of clanked over to the
You can probably whack your torch on and have a look.
Yeah.
You can probably put your.
off.
Sweet.
I don't like that.
I do.
I don't like that.
Should we agitate them?
I don't like that.
Do it again.
Here. Actually,
If there's anybody here, please move the Jenga again.
let me challenge them. Let me challenge them.
I think it was a one-trick pony.
Oh, they're better than me. I can't do it.
No, they took it out as well. they did it through Tyler. Well, that was a bit.
If there's anybody in here, please move a piece of Jenga.
You can't step to me. Come on. Yeah, yeah. That was really weird. I've never felt creeped out by Jenga, but I am now. Did you do that, Ash?
Nope. I'm not looking. Is it open?
Are you taking a piss?
No,
Are you taking a
I'm not
piss? Are you taking
looking.
a
Is
piss?
it open?
It's open, it's open.
I'll switch my torch.
No, what the nah, that.
Wow.
Can you say, could it be a gust of wind that just hit me? Stop shaking stuff. What the
Yo, I want to go home. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no reason that one should have closed.
I want to show you guys the thing I just managed to get. So
Hmm.